First at 4, the fight to save Ukraine. We have new video from the battlefront, an update on peace talks, and Russia gets kicked out of a worldwide sports event. In other news this Monday, a warning about nude photos online. A computer crimes unit has an urgent reminder for parents after arresting an Ann Arbor man. And Andrew is working on your forecast.
Good afternoon, Karen. Good afternoon, everyone. Last day of February, a few snowflakes out there on Storm Tracker 4. Very fitting on this last day of February 2022. Any more to come later this week. Your weather forecast on the way. First at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit. Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4. Peace talks between Russia and Ukraine failed to stop more destruction and damage during the 5th day of the Russian invasion. Now, this verified video from NBC shows a barrage of shelling in the city of Kharkiv. The video was captured by people hiding in a bomb shelter. An advisor to Ukraine's interior minister says there have been dozens of victims from the shelling. Let's bring in Kimberly Gill, who is tracking more developments from all around the world. Kim.
Hi, Karen. Good afternoon. Yeah, you're right. And videos like that really hard to watch, but it's just some of the terror being faced by Ukrainians as they try to fight off the invasion launched by Russia's Vladimir Putin last week. Most of the world continues to rally against Russia, but the military action shows no sign of letting up. Ukraine's Ministry of Emergency Situations is sharing video like this with the world. This town in northern Ukraine was rocked by major explosions. The thick black smoke started to rise after a supermarket was hit earlier today. We're told the damage seemed to be severe as emergency workers tried to control fires that followed the explosions. Luckily, we're told no deaths have been reported from this particular attack. Meanwhile, the first round of peace talks in Belarus ended with no agreement to stop the fighting, but both sides did agree to keep talking. Although it's hard to tell how motivated Russia is to end the war, a top Putin aide says the talks went on for 5 hours and some common ground was found. However, Ukraine has now applied to join the European Union, a largely symbolic move, but one that probably won't sit well with the Russian president. Putin is facing fierce resistance from Ukrainians. And he's facing economic havoc, too, at home as Western countries apply severe sanctions. Plus, a new refugee crisis continues to grow as more Ukrainians flee to Poland and Romania, most of them women and children, as Ukrainian men from 18 to 60 are required to stay home and join the fight. Russia is also paying a price in the sports world as well. The world soccer body, FIFA, banning Russia from all competitions, including the qualifying matches for the World Cup, starting in just 3 weeks. Karen, Russia is finding itself more and more isolated. Even the historically neutral country of Switzerland says it will adopt European sanctions, freezing Russian assets in Swiss bank accounts. So, Karen, a lot more to come on this. For now, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right. Thank you, Kim.
Sure.
And our coverage of Ukraine continues at 5, 6, and 6:30 with NBC Nightly News. Lester Holt and a team of reporters from all over the world will be bringing you the very latest, so make sure to stay with Local 4. Breaking news just in here to First at 4. Governor Gretchen Whitmer announcing just moments ago she is running for re-election. The first-term governor says she's a proud mom, a lifelong Michigander, and a hard-working governor. Now, there are about a dozen Republicans running to unseat her in November, including former Detroit Police Chief James Craig. Michigan State Police have arrested an Ann Arbor man for trying to get naked photos of children under 18 years old. Computer Crimes Task Force started investigating 39-year-old Eric Kurtz when he was reported for soliciting nude images. Police say his home was searched and digital evidence was seized. He faces several charges, including accosting a child for immoral purposes. He was arraigned Friday with a bond set at $100,000. The MSP Computer Crimes Unit encourages parents to keep talking to their kids about internet safety. Charges are pending against a man accused of shooting up a strip mall over in Macomb County, leading to a standoff with police. It happened overnight at 9 Mile and Ryan in the mall that's home to Green Day Massage and the 8 and Ryan Pharmacy. Warren police say 3 women had to be rescued from a massage parlor there, and the gunman barricaded himself inside the pharmacy. Police think he was using actual store cameras to watch them, and when an armored vehicle rolled up outside, well, he decided to surrender after about 3 hours. Investigators aren't sure what set him off, and he could face charges as soon as tomorrow. Today was a big day for many local families grappling with decisions about whether their children will keep wearing masks to school. They'll be using numbers like these to make those choices. The state reporting more than 1,800 new cases in Michigan over the past 3 days. It's a daily average of about 620 cases. For perspective, that is the lowest daily case count since last July. The 7-day positivity rate is up very slightly from Friday, about 8%. The state has reported an additional 26 deaths over the weekend. Mask wearing is becoming a personal decision for more and more local families. Today, Oakland and Washtenaw counties have dropped their mask mandates in schools. Of course, students can wear masks if they choose, but the requirement is now dropped. That is not the case in Detroit public schools because of more community spread, as well as lower vaccination rates. Remember, those free COVID test kits from the federal government, well, nearly half of the 500 million kits are still unclaimed. The White House says Americans have placed about 68 million orders on that. First day alone, 45 million were ordered. As COVID numbers decrease, many people might not feel the need to order, but experts will tell you being able to test for COVID and quarantine if needed is the key to slowing down the spread. You can order yours at covidtests.gov. All right, time now to check our first forecast. A few snowflakes actually knocking on the door in our north zone. But will they get in, Andrew?
Well, it looks like, Karen, we certainly have colder conditions out there. A few snowflakes that are flying around, not here in the city of Detroit. There are some just down to our south in portions of Monroe County. You can see that here for the city of Monroe. None of this too heavy, including Ida Township right now and parts of the Thumb receiving a few snowflakes at this hour. Not much to really worry about, and these scattered snowflakes move away as we go through the evening. Now, temperatures continue to slide, mostly down to the upper 20s, with mostly cloudy skies as we go through this evening and before midnight. Currently, we're looking at 31 degrees over at Metro Airport, but it feels like 22, so bundle up if you are heading out. That's how cold it feels if your skin is not protected. Temperatures elsewhere around southeast Michigan also in the low 30s right now. But temperatures don't too far from those 20s later on tonight. They remain rather stable. Then they jump up for tomorrow. We'll talk about how high temperatures go on your Tuesday, the first day of March, and whether we have to dodge any more snowflakes or even some raindrops before this week is over. All that is in your 7-day forecast in minutes.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Jury selection underway for the first suspect in the D.C. Capitol riot to go to trial. Guy Wesley Reffitt is charged with invading the U.S. Capitol with a holstered handgun on his waist. He was arrested last January after his son called authorities about his dad's involvement in the insurrection. Reffitt faces a handful of charges and could do a lot of prison time if convicted. At least 200 other people have avoided trials by pleading guilty to their actions on January 6th of 2021. This trial could set the tone for other criminal cases connected to the riot. President Joe Biden will give his first State of the Union address tomorrow night during this very critical time. He is expected to address the Russian invasion of Ukraine, rising inflation, and how the fight against the coronavirus is changing. Don't forget, you can watch the speech tomorrow night right here on Local 4, also streaming at clickondetroit.com, and that starts at 9 p.m. So, what's in a name? The now former Michigan Opera Theater is hoping a new name will start a new era with new audiences. Regular First at 4 viewers have seen how the opera has really changed and adapted, especially during the COVID pandemic. Today, Local 4's Priya Mann shows us the changes keep coming, and this isn't your grandparents' opera theater anymore.
It's been 2 years since fans have filled the seats in this auditorium. The Detroit Opera House is finally reopening its doors with a brand new production.
We can't wait.
After pandemic productions in parking garages and amphitheaters, artists will return to the stage at the Detroit Opera Theater, and guests will be back in their seats.
And I really am looking forward to being able to meet our audience, to be in dialogue with our audience, to hear what they like, what they don't like, for them to be part of the discussion.
And after 50 years, they're reopening with a new name for the theater company. This sign will change to Detroit Opera House.
And in many ways, changing our name to Detroit Opera is, I hope, is read in that way, that we'd like to make it feel as accessible, as rooted in the city as possible, and as reflective of this community as we possibly can.
We look forward to building on it, to enable all Detroiters and all those within the corridor and beyond to see what emanates from Detroit.
The name change reflects a desire to attract new audiences so they too can fall in love with the opera.
for us to see opera be even more rooted in the city that we're in, and to see opera truly blossom in this city as we're reopening after 2 years.
The first production is a new take on the classic La Bohème.
So to do this opera starting with tragedy but ending with love and ending with hope, and letting that be the main emphasis of what it means to come back together in the theater, I think is going to be enormously rewarding.
Then in May, the Detroit Opera Theater profiles the life and legacy of Malcolm X.
Now, in order to get in the doors, you're going to have to show proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test taken within 72 hours of the show, and masks are required for everyone 12 and up. And for all the artists finally hitting the stage, break a leg. In Detroit, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
So exciting. Thank you, Priya. By the way, the premiere is April 2nd. Tickets are on sale right now.